Thưa quý vị, theo ước tính toàn cầu mới nhất trong bản đồ thị lực của Ủy ban Phòng chống mù lòa quốc tế, trên toàn thế giới có khoảng 253 triệu người suy giảm thị lực. Tại Việt Nam, hơn 2,5 triệu dân gặp tình trạng này, chiếm khoảng 2,83% dân số. Vậy đâu là giải pháp cho thực trạng này? Chúng ta hãy cùng theo dõi phóng sự ngay sau đây.
Với tâm nhãn an, cam kết tận gốc, không chỉ tạm thời, đôi mắt sáng trong, tinh anh mãi mãi.
Xin chào mọi người, tôi là Trần Nhượng. Năm nay tôi cũng ngoài 70 tuổi rồi. Dạo này đôi mắt của tôi ngày một mờ đi và còn bị cả chảy nước mắt, rồi là có cái chấm đen, rồi vẩn đục nữa, khó chịu vô cùng. Cũng là do gần đây cái thói quen sinh hoạt của tôi nó không theo một cái quy tắc khoa học nào cả. Cũng một phần nữa là do cái tuổi già, cho nên mắt nó bị lão hóa, ngày càng kém đi. Tôi cũng đã sử dụng rất nhiều các loại thuốc nhưng mà không có hiệu quả. Nên cách đây 2 tháng tôi đi khám bác sĩ thì được biết là mắt tôi đang có dấu hiệu bị bệnh đục thủy tinh thể. Cho nên tôi đã rất hoang mang và lo sợ. Nếu không điều trị kịp thời thì có thể tôi sẽ phải mổ để thay thủy tinh thể. Nếu vậy thì tôi có thể phải đứng trước việc dừng quay các bộ phim mà tôi đang đóng. Nhưng mà thật là may mắn, tôi tình cờ xem được một bài báo ở trên truyền hình nói về cái sản phẩm sáng mắt điều trị các tình trạng đau mắt này, nhức mắt này, viêm giác mạc này, rồi là mắt mờ, nhìn không rõ, rồi thì thoái hóa điểm vàng này, rồi tăng nhãn áp, đục thủy tinh thể. Cho nên tôi đã rất tin tưởng và bắt cô con gái tìm hiểu, rồi gọi lên tổng đài để mua băng. Sau khi tôi sử dụng được 2 tuần thì các triệu chứng như là mắt mờ này, vẩn đục mắt này, rồi là chảy nước mắt này, rồi là ruồi bay này, gần như là hoàn toàn không còn nữa. Cho nên cái việc đi lại hay là sinh hoạt cá nhân nó dễ dàng và không phải phụ thuộc vào con cháu nữa. Vậy nên tôi đã gọi lên tổng đài để đặt thêm một liệu trình nữa. Và sau khi sử dụng hơn 1 tháng thì đôi mắt của tôi đã hoàn toàn khỏe mạnh trở lại. Xem tivi này, đọc báo vô tư luôn. Và giờ đây tôi không cần phải đeo kính nữa. Tôi vẫn có thể nhìn và đọc được chữ rồi xem tivi bình thường.
Nhớ nhá bà con, Hình không có nói điều, đỡ hẳn nhá. Xuân Hình cũng đã dùng và đang dùng, thấy nó cũng hiệu quả. Bà con cứ yên tâm, uống vào nhé.
Trên thị trường hiện nay đang có rất nhiều sản phẩm được quảng bá là có khả năng hỗ trợ cải thiện sức khỏe của đôi mắt. Một trong số đó thì phải kể đến sản phẩm Tâm Nhãn An. Theo nhà sản xuất cho tôi biết thì sản phẩm có thành phần là 100% từ các cái thảo dược quý thiên nhiên, đã được y học cổ truyền có kinh nghiệm sử dụng từ rất là lâu đời rồi, giúp sáng mắt. Theo nhà sản xuất cho tôi biết thì sản phẩm Tâm Nhãn An được sản xuất bởi công nghệ hiện đại tại nhà máy đạt chuẩn GMP, tức là tiêu chuẩn thực hành sản xuất tốt. Do vậy mà đã giúp cho người dùng vừa được hiệu quả lại vừa an toàn. Sản phẩm sẽ hỗ trợ sức khỏe của đôi mắt rất là tốt. Ai mà đang gặp cái tình trạng mỏi mắt này, khô mắt này, rồi thị lực suy giảm này, hoặc có các cái bệnh lý về mắt thì tôi khuyên rằng quý vị có thể tham khảo này, lựa chọn này, sử dụng Tâm Nhãn An để bổ sung các cái dưỡng chất giúp phục hồi và bảo vệ thị lực một cách an toàn và hiệu quả.
Thì trên thị trường hiện nay tôi thấy là có một cái sản phẩm, đó là cái sản phẩm Tâm Nhãn An. Đây là cái hộp sản phẩm Tâm Nhãn An. Đấy. Thế và trong cái sản phẩm này thì có một cái tác giả, đó là Lương Y, thầy thuốc Vũ Văn Nhẹ. Ông này là một lương y rất là giỏi. Trong cái Tâm Nhãn An này thì có tới 10 cái vị thuốc nam khác nhau. Tôi nói ví dụ như là gồm có thảo quyết minh, hay là hoàng đẳng minh, cũng như là cốt tinh thảo, tức là cái hoa màu gà trắng đấy. Thế rồi là cái kịch tử, cái tang thầm, sơn thù, việt quất, hay là cái cây sáng mắt, cũng như là cúc vàng hoặc là long nhãn. Đấy là tôi xin nói là có tới 10 cái vị thuốc nam khác nhau trong cái hỗn hợp thành phần của cái Tâm Nhãn An. Vâng, phải nói rằng trước khi được đưa ra thị trường thì nhà sản xuất bắt buộc phải có những cái gọi là đăng ký thương hiệu, đăng ký về mặt chất lượng cũng như là đăng ký về mặt quảng cáo giới thiệu sản phẩm đối với cơ quan chức năng, cụ thể là với Cục An toàn Thực phẩm của Bộ Y tế. Thứ hai nữa là về dây chuyền sản xuất, thì đây cũng là một cái sản phẩm mà được sản xuất trong cái nhà máy có dây chuyền hiện đại đạt cái tiêu chuẩn GMP, cho nên là chúng ta hay là bệnh nhân dùng hay là ở ngoài cộng đồng thấy cái sản phẩm này thì có thể yên tâm sử dụng về mặt pháp lý cũng như về mặt an toàn đối với lại sức khỏe của mình, đối với thị lực của mình.
Dạ.
Ngoài các cái biện pháp như trên ấy, thì các bạn có thể là sử dụng cái tâm nhãn an hàng ngày, và như tôi vừa phân tích ấy, thì tâm nhãn an gồm có tới 10 cái dược liệu rất là tốt và lành tính cũng như là an toàn cho cái người sử dụng, cho nên là hàng ngày chúng ta có thể sử dụng mỗi người mỗi ngày 2 gói tâm nhãn an này để mà phòng các cái bệnh về mắt hay là tăng cường cái sức khỏe của cái đôi mắt của mình lên.
Bài thuốc tâm nhãn an của tôi cam kết điều trị dứt điểm bệnh lý về mắt cho bà con. Nhiều bệnh nhân đã đi khắp nơi rồi mới tìm đến đây. Sau khi dùng một liệu trình, các triệu chứng mờ mắt, chảy nước mắt sẽ hoàn toàn biến mất. Các tình trạng như đục thủy tinh thể, thoái hóa điểm vàng được phục hồi tận gốc. Sản phẩm được tôi điều chế theo quy chuẩn của GMP, được Bộ Y tế cấp phép.
Như xưa các cụ nói, đôi mắt tinh tường thì làm được mọi thứ. Như tôi thì lại bị bệnh về mắt, cho nên là tôi phải đến đây tôi khám bệnh. Thì tôi đã tìm được đúng thầy, đúng thuốc mà thầy Nhẽ đã chỉ dẫn cho tôi cái bài thuốc tâm nhãn an này. Cho nên là tôi về tôi uống một liệu trình rồi thì bây giờ tôi thấy là mắt tôi là sáng rõ này. Mà tôi đi lại, tôi vận động là tôi không còn phải dờ dẫm như trước nữa. Bà con ạ, mình là người Việt Nam thì mình dùng thuốc nam là đúng rồi.
Tôi đã sử dụng tâm nhãn an được hơn 1 tháng rồi. Cái tình trạng đau mắt, nhức mỏi mắt và mờ nhòe của tôi bây giờ đã khỏi hoàn toàn. Sau khi mà dùng tâm nhãn an xong thì mắt của tôi khi mà ra đường không bị mờ nhòe, xem tivi, đọc báo thoải mái, không bị chảy nước mắt nữa. Vậy bà con nào mà đang bị tình trạng mắt như tôi thì hãy liên hệ ngay với Lương y Vũ Văn Nhẽ để thầy tư vấn và xem tình trạng bệnh của từng người sao cho nó phù hợp.
Ông ấy khám cho tôi xong, thế là ông bảo là chị chỉ uống 1-2 liệu trình thôi là khỏi với cái mắt của chị. Thế là thầy đưa cho tôi về uống, công nhận 1-2 liệu trình xong bây giờ khỏi hẳn. Sướng quá mọi người ạ. Người ta bảo dầu đỡ con mắt khó đôi bàn tay. Khi mà mình chữa được đôi mắt chả cái gì bằng, sướng lắm. Xem điện thoại này rồi xem tivi nó không bị nhòe nhoẹt nữa, mà chỉ có 2 liệu trình thôi bà con ạ. Thích lắm. Đấy.
Tôi là người có bệnh lý về mắt. Tôi đã sử dụng cái sản phẩm tâm nhãn an này được 2 tháng rồi. Giờ phút này mắt tôi rất sáng, không còn chói mắt nữa, không còn chảy nước mắt nữa. Cái tình trạng ruồi bay trước mắt đến giờ phút này nó hết sạch, không còn nữa. Và tôi là người thật việc thật. Ai có mắc bệnh lý về mắt như tôi, hãy sử dụng cái tâm nhãn an của thầy Vũ Văn Nhẽ này. Bảo đảm rất là hiệu quả, tuyệt vời.
Bà con ở xa không có điều kiện đi lại, gọi điện thoại cho tôi theo số điện thoại trên màn hình. Tôi gửi thuốc về tận nhà qua đường bưu điện. Chỉ 3 đến 5 ngày là nhận được. Dùng hết liệu trình, cam kết sẽ khỏi.
Versus New Zealand. What an interesting slate of games ahead of us today in these Asian qualifiers for the World Cup next year. So, alongside the Philippines, Japan also have secured their place at the World Cup as hosts. But outside of that, there are 7 spots available at the World Cup next year from the Asia region. Simply put, the top 3 teams in Group E will go to the World Cup. So, we're looking at this as it stands. You see our 2 teams at the moment. Jordan currently sitting in 4th place. But because the Philippines already have their spot secured, Jordan's sitting in a qualification spot as we see it at the moment. Good to see the fans starting to come into the arena as well. They, as always here in Amman, will add to the spectacle. They will bring the noise for sure. And it should be a really interesting game between these 2 teams. As we await the player introductions, first to be introduced will be the Philippines. And it's interesting for them, they're building towards their home World Cup. And with that certainly comes added pressure, which I'm sure that Coach Reyes is a little bit more than aware of right now. That said, he's stuck to his mission. He's looking to grow his team to make a run at the World Cup in Manila next year, and that's exactly what they're building towards. Defensively, the Philippines have been very strong. They're second and third in Asia for blocks and steals, respectively. And it's that ball pressure that provides them with much of the basis for their quick transition offense. They'll want to get out into transition when they can, but it's all about that defensive pressure. One area for the Philippines to consider, though, is how they look after the ball. Second worst team in Asia with regards to turnovers, giving up almost 16 possessions a game. But the Philippines will want to come away with a win. It's all about momentum now. It's under a year until their World Cup, and it is all about building that momentum. Now for the home team, as you hear the decibels just go off the chart here in the arena. And Jordan as a team on their day are a match for anyone here in the Asia region. Slightly inconsistent at times, the emotions can get the better of them at times, but my goodness me, in Jakarta earlier in the year, they put an amazing run together to make it through to the semi-finals of the Asia Cup in Jakarta. Phenomenal, really. Coach Jesus knows that consistency will be the key for them. And if they can establish a little bit of consistency over the next two games, they have the Philippines here today, and also here they take on New Zealand on Sunday. If they could get back-to-back wins in those two games, that really puts them in a great place to be one of the 32 teams at the World Cup next year. Jordan also play an interesting defensive style, plenty of on-ball pressure as they look to trigger their own transition offense. Two similar style basketball teams going up against each other today. Always provides for an interesting spectacle on who can execute similar game plans to a higher standard. We'll now have a break in the commentary as we will have the national anthems for both teams. First, we'll have the national anthem for the Philippines, and that will be followed by the national anthem for Jordan. And as a player, if you ever needed anything to lock you into a game, to get you ready, get you pumped, it's a stirring rendition of your national anthem. Players now come to the half court, coaches do as well. Exchange pleasantries. Here's our officiating crew for today's game: Yevgeny Mikheyev, Wuzem Zeng, and Chan Oh-Xiong from Kazakhstan, Syria, and Malaysia respectively. Strong officiating crew, they're ready to go, as are we, as the teams now enter their final warm-up phase. As I say, completely different situation for both teams. Philippines already know they're going to be at the World Cup, but they have the added pressure of being hosts, so the expectation is that they have a winning momentum going into that tournament, and today's game certainly will play a part of that. But for Jordan, the key is every game counts right now. Currently sitting fourth in the table with a 3-win, 3-loss record. Interestingly, the same record as the Philippines. So they need to come out and get the big win here today. You see the Philippines now going to work to get ready for today's game. But as I was saying, it's the top 3 teams in the group will go through. Here's a starting 5 for the Philippines: Thompson, Soto, Pugoy, Ramos and Aguilar. A strong starting 5. Be interesting to see Kai Soto grabbing so many of the headlines right now for Philippines basketball. Ramos back into the action as well. 2 players who weren't there at the Asia Cup in Jakarta earlier in the year, and several players, to be fair, within this Philippines roster that weren't there. That is not Coach Chot Reyes. Coach Chot Reyes is somewhere else right now, but I'm sure his brain is on the game as the cameramen try to find Coach Reyes. He's not present courtside at the moment. That is not Coach Reyes either. I'm sure they will find him at some point. As for Jordan, here's their starting 5, and household names really: Tucker, Ibrahim, Izai, Abbas and Al Duiri. My goodness me, that is a tough starting 5. All 5 of them were a part of that 4th placed team at the Asia Cup. So much excitement within this Jordanian roster. If they can get some consistency, they really are a threat for anyone, particularly here in the Asia region. Coach Al Sous now getting into the final preparations with his team. He knows nothing will be decided here today, but his team certainly can't be complacent. They must make home court advantage pay. It's a key factor in the qualifiers as we see the Tissot countdown to tip-off tick through the 1-minute mark. Both teams getting ready. Starting 5s coming to the floor. Just a quick opportunity for me to remind you, if you want to follow these World Cup qualifiers closely and the World Cup next year, your best bet is to download the official FIBA World Cup app. It's available on Android and iOS, completely free of charge. So much going on that app. I definitely recommend you download it, get your devices out now, and you'll have it ready to go before we even tip this game off right here. Also a reminder, over 50 games going across the next 5 or 6 days around the world as countries fight for their spot at the World Cup. This is, alongside the Saudi Arabia game, the first game to take place in this qualification window, first game to tip off, so we are honoured to get the show underway here in Oman. It's going to be an interesting battle of the bigs today. The experienced, the veteran Al Duiri going up against the young future of Philippines basketball, Kai Soto. And we're underway here in Oman. 2023 FIBA World Cup qualifier between Jordan and the Philippines. Jordan fighting for their place at the World Cup next year. Philippines straight away to the bucket. Strong move. Pugoy gets his account opened. Qualifiers high against India of 12. Abbas comes out. Ibrahim. Nice ball movement here. Tucker wide open. Nails the 3-ball. Points to the crowd. Dar Tucker. What an Asia Cup tournament he had in Jakarta earlier in the year. A firework of a player. Ramos off target. Alduiri scoops up the uncontested rebound. Ibrahim slows it down. Tucker back out to Ibrahim. He's got the mismatch, little step back three. Good footwork. Oh, big rebound. Alduiri quickly trying to establish himself. I'm sure he knows that people are going to be watching that battle that he's going to have with Kai Sotto. And he wants to assert himself early on. Tucker again, inside to Alduiri. Oh, spin baseline. Oh, the reverse. School is in session for Sotto right now. How will he react to that? Pugoi drives inside. Defense reacts well though, the rotation is strong. Nice swift move to the basket. Looked pretty easy for Sami Desai there. The defense didn't close out the lane, and just like that, Jordan have a 5-point lead in this one. Ramos now moves it back out. Thompson inside. Good follow. And that's Filipino style of basketball, and Coach Reyes shows his appreciation. Philippines really do play hustle and heart style basketball. Pass inside, slightly astray, but they hustle back to find possession again. Alduiri has to come out. 3-second violation is going to be called on Alduiri. Interesting, he's not happy at Zaid Abbas. I'm not sure Abbas could really do much about that. He was wide open waiting for the pass. Just a little issue with the shot clock right now that they want to sort out. Philippines trail by 3, 2.5 minutes gone off the game clock. Thompson to the corner, inside to Sotto, and that's the threat he poses. Can play the game way above the rim, Sotto. Bit of a pressure release valve for the Philippines. When things become a little bit difficult, they can go straight to him. Tucker now puts the 3 ball up. In and out this time though. Foul called on Ibrahim. Freddie Ibrahim, one of the highlight plays, almost stole it away, just a split second too late with that steal. Thompson looking to inbound it, does so to Ramos eventually. Aguilar, no good. Tucker with the easy rebound, and the Philippines aren't crashing the offensive glass as hard as they're used to. Abbas for the 3. Both teams leaning heavily on the outside game right now. Neither of them really having much success from range. Pick and roll with Sotto, and soft right hand this time for Pugoi. And the Philippines really do have some talent in depth right now. Coach Reyes trying to work out who the 12 are that are going to get the blue jerseys next year. Abbas inside to Tucker, slightly off track. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Tucker, little shake, and the 3 ball is good for Dar Tucker. Coach Reyes, I'm sure, maybe wasn't applauding Tucker, but he knew the defense had worked hard to keep Jordan at bay for, well, 22, 23 seconds, and Tucker steps up and hits the 3. Oh, and it wide open, the easy slam for Aguilar. Slaps the glass. Ties the game at 10 apiece. The defense parted for the Philippines to exploit there. Abbas now. Double team drops on Alduiri really quickly. Foul's going to be called on Aguilar as he's being run ragged right now by El Doueiri. But Jordan are looking a lot to get the ball into the low post to their superstar big man. Yeah, easy call for the officials. That left arm just hooking around him. Tucker with another score. How many times have I said that this year? Dar Tucker's come to play. 8 points already. 3 from 4 from the field. Ramos has it stripped away. Baseline ball for the Philippines. Jordan lead by 2. Just over halfway through this first quarter, and it's been a brisk first 5 minutes of action here in Oman. Soto, corner pocket 3 is good for Kai Soto. And he truly is the epitome of the modern big. Happy with the handle, happy with the 3 ball. The 3 is in and out for Ibrahim. Philippines with a single point lead now. Thompson drives in, hands it off to Ramos for the easy 2. And my goodness, both teams putting on a show right now. Little pick and roll. Oh, lovely change of direction from Ibrahim. The finish is not there though. Thompson slows it down. The Philippines being a little bit more patient. Pulls up short, just takes the front layer of paint off the rim with that one. El Doueiri looking to go coast to coast, but the big man spills it. Ramos puts the Jets on. No good either though. A little scrappy those last couple of possessions. And Tucker is going to be fouled by Pugoy. And Pugoy will head to the bench on that foul. And Pugoy had no intention of trying to play defense there, as both teams will make some changes. Into the game for Jordan has come Hashem Abbas. For the Philippines, Perez is into the game, as is Parks. Foul's going to be called, and the basket is good for Ibrahim. CJ Perez just a little bit cold coming off the bench. Ibrahim exploits it as he just goes backdoor. Gets the score. Now tries to get the block, but can't quite put it away. Ibrahim now to convert the 3-point play. Shooting 77% from the line in these qualifiers. Freddie Ibrahim gets the bonus. And once again, we are tied up at 15 apiece, and you had the expectation this was going to be a close game. Some interesting matchups all over the floor. Soto inside to Aram. Beautiful play. See how they create the mismatch for JP Aram to go at. Rejected, but El Doueiri is there again with the score. His second bucket of the game, alongside 5 rebounds now for El Doueiri. Soto, oh, look to put the one-hand poster down on El Doueiri. A little bit of a conversation between the two. A wry smile on the face as the veteran player says, "You're not going to put me on the end of the poster. That is not happening in this game." As I said before, it's going to be a really interesting battle. Ahama Shea is coming to the game for Jordan as well. Soto misses the first of his 2 free throws. Played in the last qualification window. Over his first games, shot 62% from the free throw line. Had some huge games as well. 16 points, 13 rebounds and 4 blocks against Saudi Arabia in that last qualification window. So much hope put on the shoulders of Kai Soto, just 20 years of age. People are saying it's more a foregone conclusion of when rather than if he'll grace the hardwood of the NBA. We are yet to see that though. Ibrahim now into the corner. The jumper just rattles away. Bobby Ray Parks can only bat it out of bounds, so it will remain Jordanian ball on the baseline. Coach Reyes there, a real servant to Philippines basketball. Certainly divides opinion at times amongst the fans. One thing he's made clear though is he just wants his country to win basketball games. That's the only reason he's here. Nothing else. It's not about ego or any other aspect. Almost stolen away. Good read by Ramos, but he can only bat it back inbounds to Tucker. Let's see what the call is right now. Tucker looks to drive inside. Is it going to be a foul on Aram? Looks like it is. Philippines, I think, are in the penalty as well with that foul from Poy Aram. Sideline ball, so that will be them in the penalty next time for the last 2.5 minutes of this first quarter. Things have slowed down a little bit in the last few minutes of this game. Had a bit of a lightning start. Both teams really wanting to get out and impose themselves early. A little bit more methodical in their approach since the halfway point of this quarter. Al-Duairi, hesitation. Looked like he created the space but wasn't quite composed enough for it. Stolen away, that is great hustle from Abbas. Tucker, Ibrahim. Quick ball movement from Jordan, but Philippines defense rotates really well. Ibrahim draws the body contact, will go to the line. That's 2 quick fouls on CJ Perez. This is his first game in the qualifiers, Perez. Just struggling to find the pace of the game right now. Ibrahim exploiting a little bit of that naivety that Perez is showing. And this is the first. Had a double-double against Indonesia earlier in the qualifiers. Freddie Ibrahim, 17 points, 10 assists. Also had 7 rebounds in that game. And on his day, Freddie Ibrahim is an absolute joy to watch. Plays at a really, really high level, but the challenge the 26-year-old is having right now is just that consistency. Needs to be able to bring that top-level game every game for 40 minutes. Not quite there yet. Parks skips his way across the paint. Ramos, shot clock to 8. Soto has it batted away by Al-Duairi. As Coach Al-Sous bellows out from the sidelines. Great to catch up with him in Jakarta. Has a real calming influence on what can sometimes be quite a fiery Jordanian team. Perez, nice pass inside to Soto. To Aram. Travelling violation called on Poy Aram. There's a lovely pass inside. Yeah, it's absolutely a travel violation. Just picked up and dragged that back foot. Game tied, 18 apiece. A little over 90 seconds to play in the first quarter. Been an interesting one. Both these teams are looking good in phases, both defensively and offensively. Ibrahim now playing the big man, little man game with Al-Duairi. Circus shot no good. Al-Duairi with another rebound and gets the score. He is in big form right now. 6 points, 6 rebounds for the big man. Soto stolen away from him. Struggling with his handle today, but it's thrown away by Jordan. Tucker not able to hold on to that one. Philippines will make a couple of changes as we see Ramos head to the bench. Also joining him will be Kai Soto. Jordan will make their changes as well. Ibrahim and El Doueri coming out. In for Jordan, sorry, in for the Philippines comes Kwame and Oftana. Oh, straightforward, simple shooting form. Pays off. Bobby Ray Parks with the triple. Abbas can't get it to go. Oftana gets the rebound, his first touch of the ball. Foul's going to be called, I think, on Kanan, pulling Aram to the floor. Holding foul, so it'll be a sideline possession for the Philippines. Jordan's third foul of the quarter. A little bit of contact right now between Hussein and Kwame. That's going to be an interesting second string big battle between Kwame and Hussein. 3-ball up from Bobby Ray Parks again. This time it's a little heavy and the long rebound falls into Jordanian hands. Tucker up and under. Oh, if he'd nailed that, that was going straight into the highlight reel. Whole of the defense flooded the front side of the rim and Tucker just glided through to the reverse. Perez fouled by Hashem Abbas. Jordan still with that foul to give though, so it'll be sideline possession again. Change for Jordan as Al-Hendi comes into the game for the first time. Philippines also make the change as Pagoy comes in for Aram. Certainly interesting use of rotations and rosters from both coaches so far. Chop Reyes, 19-year, the senior of Coach El Sus at the other end of the floor. Perez, beautiful footwork, but the finish lets him down. And that will be the end of the first quarter here in Amman. As we expected, it's a close one. These two teams going toe-to-toe. 1 quarter down, it's Jordan 20, Philippines 21. Here's some of the shooting statistics from that first quarter. Philippines and Jordan both hitting 2 3-balls. Still plenty more story to unfold. Interesting first quarter of action for sure here in Amman. The crowd have been given a certain entertainment level in that first 10 minutes of basketball. No real surprises that these teams really aren't easy to separate. Here are some of the highlight plays from that first quarter of action. And it's been a real battle between these two teams. Neither team stepping back from the challenge. Remember, the Philippines, as hosts, already got their spot at the World Cup secured. Jordan still fighting for theirs. Both teams sit on a 3-win, 3-loss record in this group. Philippines in 3rd spot, Jordan in 4th. Realistically, it's going to be the top 4 teams that qualify. Philippines obviously have their spot secured, and then it's the best 3 teams outside of that. If you have your phones in front of you, definitely recommend you scan that QR code. It will take you to courtside 1891. That is the app you need. Streams, scores and schedules. Tons of content going through there. Make sure you get your subscribe onto that one. Second quarter underway here in Amman. 2023 FIBA World Cup qualifier between Jordan and the Philippines. At the end of the first quarter, the Philippines holding the slenderest 1-point lead. It's been a real interesting matchup so far. Perez inside, finger roll for the 2. Perez has struggled to find himself in the game so far. That could be the game-changing moment. Look at the change of direction. Quick first step. Just puts Kenan on the back foot. Creates the space he needs to get to the bucket. Chance of a three-point play for Perez. Knows his first points in the qualifiers. Misses the free throw though, but Parks can't quite scoop up the rebound. It'll be a Jordan ball on the sideline. As Coach Reyes continues to bark instructions. So the Philippines drop into what looks almost like a 2-1-2 defense. Oh, that is a tough play from Hashem Abbas. 23-year-old just floating it high enough to get over the outstretched arms of the Philippines defense. Straight away as well, Jordan slipping into a 2-3 zone as well. Both teams coming out with some zone defense here to start the second quarter. Parks for three, another big shot for Bobby Ray Parks. And that's what the zone will do. It will give you those options. Philippines now dropping back into man-to-man defense. Out to Hussein, being guarded closely by Kwame. Oh, lovely spin move. Oh, beautiful footwork. Abbas puts us in a spin and gets the score. Look at that. Leaving Aram dazed and confused with that move. Crowd enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. And Abbas will head to the free throw line for the bonus. Struggling from the free throw line, the 23-year-old though, shooting a little over 40% so far in these qualifiers. Misses the bonus shot. Let's have a look what the officials call. It's going to be Philippines ball on the baseline. As Coach Alsus, so passionate. Really were receiving rave reviews, Coach Alsus, after their performance at the Asia Cup. How we'd love to take his team to the World Cup next year. Aram, oh, off the glass. The bank is open for Poy Aram. Philippines lead back up to 4. Kenan asks for the screen from Hussein. Kenan drives inside. Good quick ball movement. Bizai is fouled, shooting the 3 ball by Parks. Bizai will head to the free throw line for 3 attempts. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's the right call. It's poor defense by Bobby Ray Parks. Bizai, not the headline grabber within this Jordan team, but intrinsic to what they do. Averaging just under 5 points and 2 rebounds a game in these qualifiers. This is his 8th qualification game. He's only missed 1 throughout the entire qualifiers. 1 from 2 so far at the free throw line for this trip. Make that 2 from 3. Trims the Philippines lead to 2. Perez now. Kwame, nice pass inside. Gonna be another traveling violation on Aram. His footwork's letting him down. And the moment he's getting himself in the right position. Coach Reyes, I think, is claiming to the officials it's his upper body moving, not his footwork. Oh, we saw Coach Reyes there signal that maybe he wants to review it. I'm not sure he can review that call. New introduction, the coach's challenge. They're able to ask the officials to review calls. However, they can only review calls that the officials might want to review themselves. That's part of the rule. They get 1 per game. Whether it's successful or not, they still only get 1. Interesting to see if the coaches use it. Perez now calls for the screen from Aram. Kwame off target, and it just feels like momentum is slightly shifting towards Jordan, and you sense that the crowd are feeling that as well. Hussein for three. Air ball for him though. Not his usual game. And Hussein will pick up the transition foul. As Parks looks to get out in the fast break, Hussein just wanted to slow that down. A little over 3 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Both teams making plenty of changes, trying to keep fresh legs on the floor. Official just having a quick chat with Coach El Sous as I think it was Freddie Ibrahim was a little bit too eager to get back into the game and has to wait for the officials to beckon him back on. Perez misses. And Jordan will scoop up the rebound eventually. Ibrahim has it stolen away. Good quick hands by Perez. Off Tanner. What a scrappy phase of game we have right now. Both teams putting everything into it. Ibrahim, he's had the better of Perez so far in this game. Step back three. Not this time though. Was open for the three ball. It was the right choice from Ibrahim to take that. Perez with a crossover. Parks, another three goes up. This one's short though. And an easy transition score. This time for Abbas. As Jordan tie the game up 28 apiece right now. Parks fakes the three, drives in, loses the handle though. And that will be Jordan ball on the baseline. And the crowd are certainly starting to become a factor in this game. They do pretty much every game that Jordan play here in Amman. It's a wonderful atmosphere, a wonderful city of basketball. They know the game, they love the game. They also expect their team to win games. Foul called on Scotty Thompson. As Ibrahim just has a pretty good handle to go past him. Sideline ball for Jordan. And the battle will continue between Ibrahim and Thompson. Plenty of battles across the floor, but to be honest, Tucker and Ramos is an interesting one. Soto and Aldwiri is another interesting one. Abbas, a little bit flat on the trajectory. Oh, wow, 1 on 4, and Aldwiri still gets the rebound. Tucker floats high, uses the hang time to get the score. Baseline drive. Aguilar just hands it away to Soto. Should have gone strong himself. Cross court now to Bizarre. He rattles home the three, and Jordan's lead is up to 5. Big phase of play for the home team. Coach Reyes forced into the timeout. He'll need to make some changes. He needs to take the crowd out of the game for sure. Great phase of play for Jordan. Coach El Sous will want to keep them going, want to keep this momentum. Let's dive into these huddles and hear what the coaches have to say.
They got that small lineup. 21 is a stretch 4. Now he shoots. Okay? So if it's a screen, or 45. Okay? If 21 sets a screen, switch tayo. Okay. Tao ni. That's fine. That's fine. It's okay. Switch tayo. Pero pag tao ni
Coach Reyes focusing fully on the defensive end, seeing Hashem Abbas as the threat. Glancing was a stretch four, interesting. Most will see him as a wing. Maybe that's how Coach El-Sous is using him in this game. Playing a little bit undersized with him coming in at the 4. How can the Philippines react? And this is what Coach Reyes will be looking for as well. Wants to see how his team reacts. Remember, he's in his mind thinking, which 12 am I taking to the World Cup next year? Foul's going to be called on Tucker as he catches Parks. Jordan's lead at 5. 4:35 left in this first half. Just a little bit of sweat on the floor that needs cleaning up before we can continue. Thompson inbounds the ball. Aguilar looking for options in front of him. Look at Jordan's defense now, and you often find that with this Jordanian team, when things are flowing offensively, they find another gear defensively as well. Oh, that is a tough shot. Floating through the paint, Scotty Thompson, softest of touches with the right hand. Abbas now to Tucker. Tucker been a little bit quiet here in the second quarter. Step back 3 ball. Off target though. Rebound for Thompson. Philippines trying to get out and run, but Jordanian transition defense up to the challenge. Thompson now to Parks. Parks just pulls the trigger and hits another 3. Bobby Ray Parks is looking exceptionally good here today. 3rd triple of the game for him. 9 points for Parks. That's going to push Coach El-Sous into a timeout now. Gotta love this game. Complete pendulum swing of momentum between these two teams. Let's jump into this Jordanian huddle. Hear what Coach El-Sous has to say.
We're gonna start. We're gonna pass it. Ray's gonna set a pick, but I want now the corner to clear. Listen, the corner guy, when Ray pick for Freddy. Freddy's coming out. This corner guy clear. Where you post up. Put the ball for you for 25. Okay, I'm play. Now we continue with the split. You got it? Yes, yes. Strong. We pass it to Dwayne's side. Then Hash will come in. Pass. Where is he picking for Freddy? Freddy's out. Pass it. Clear the corner and put the ball inside. Good. Let's go. Let's go. Nothing out. Very good. Very good. Nothing out. Go. Go. Let's flash him out. Let's go. You and I'm running number 1 now.
A real trademark timeout from Coach El-Sous. Just calm, collected, very thought out, just very, very precise instructions to his team. Thinking about the details, not getting caught up in the emotions, not zooming out on how important this game is, just focusing play by play, phase by phase. If his team do that, they'll put themselves in with a good chance of picking up what is a massive win for them here today if they can do it. Dar Tucker now to Abbas. Aldouari being fronted by Aguilar. Oh, and the defense doubles down on him. He's lost possession. Can he get it back? He can't. It's batted away into the hands of Thompson. 3-on-3 for the Philippines now. Pagoy, and not this time. Rebound pulled down by Tucker, and Ramos just gets caught up with him, and Tucker hits the floor hard, but he's made a tough stuff down Tucker. Good sportsmanship from Ramos though, goes back, just checks on him. Yeah, just gets his right leg caught by Ramos. Knocks him to the floor. Game tied at 33 apiece. It felt like maybe Jordan had broken clear, created some space and some breathing space for them to work in, but just like that, the Philippines drag them straight back to a tied game. Both these teams looking good though. absolutely would love to see both of these teams at the World Cup next year, representing Asia. Certainly have the talent to do that. Tucker now. It's a tough challenge for Ramos to stay on top with Tucker. Draws the foul. That one's going to be whistled on Pagoy, I think. Yeah, it was. Just the 13th foul of the quarter. Sorry, in fact. Yeah, the Philippines are in the penalty, so that will send Tucker to the free throw line. 82% prior to today's game, and Dar Tucker is the epitome of a scoring machine for Jordan. He has had double digits in 5 of the 6 World Cup qualifiers that he's played in, including a qualifiers high of 29 against Lebanon. And just to give you an idea of how consistent Dar Tucker is, he is the leading scorer in the Asia World Cup qualifiers. Across all the qualifiers that he has played in, he has 348 points before today's game. He is now way over 350 points as he connects from the free throw line. A real icon of Asian basketball, and yeah, he belongs at the World Cup, players of that level. Can him and his teammates book their place, though? It won't happen today, even if they win, but it certainly will be a big step towards that if they can. Parks, soft touch. Bobby Ray Parks is having a big game. Hitting the 3 ball, going to the free throw line. Little soft mid-range.